Somewhere beneath your ribs, right now, an organ is quietly doing something no other solid organ in your body can do. It is rebuilding itself, cell by cell, silently, without your awareness. The liver, the largest internal organ you carry, holds a secret that has fascinated physicians for thousands of years. A secret that, until recently, science struggled to fully explain. Tonight, we go inside. The liver weighs roughly 1.5 kilograms in a healthy adult. It sits tucked beneath the diaphragm, cradled by the ribcage on the right side of your body. Most people give it little thought, until something goes wrong. But what makes this organ extraordinary is not just what it does. It is what it can undo. The liver is the only visceral organ known to fully regenerate lost tissue, not partially, fully. Every minute, approximately 1.5 liters of blood passes through the liver. It arrives from 2 directions simultaneously: oxygen-rich blood from the hepatic artery and nutrient-dense blood from the portal vein, carrying everything absorbed from your digestive system. The liver filters, processes, and transforms this blood before it continues to the heart and lungs. No other organ manages such a complex, continuous workload. At the microscopic level, the liver is organized into extraordinary geometric units called lobules. Each one is a self-contained processing hub, roughly hexagonal in shape, no larger than a fraction of a millimeter. Thousands of these lobules pack together to form the liver's mass. And within each lobule, the organ's primary workers operate in precise, organized rows. These are hepatocytes, the liver's master cells. Each one is a biochemical factory operating on a scale almost impossible to comprehend. A single hepatocyte performs over 500 distinct metabolic functions simultaneously: detoxifying compounds, synthesizing proteins, metabolizing fats, storing energy, and producing bile. There are approximately 100 billion of them in your liver right now, working in silent coordination. Inside every hepatocyte lies the blueprint for regeneration. The liver's genetic machinery is uniquely calibrated to respond to loss. Most cells in your body divide only when needed for routine maintenance, replacing what time slowly wears away. Hepatocytes are different. They can remain dormant for years, and then, within hours of significant liver injury, shift into a rapid, coordinated program of growth. Surgeons first observed the liver's regenerative power not in a laboratory, but in the operating room. When a portion of the liver is removed, even up to 70%, the remaining tissue does not simply compensate for the loss. It grows back. In humans, the liver can return to its original mass within 6 to 8 weeks. This is not scarring. This is not approximation. This is true biological regeneration. The process begins within minutes. The moment the liver detects a reduction in its own mass, a cascade of molecular signals fires simultaneously. Growth factors, including hepatocyte growth factor and epidermal growth factor, are released into the bloodstream. These molecules act as biochemical instructions, traveling to dormant liver cells and delivering a single urgent command: divide. When hepatocyte growth factor binds to its receptor, a protein called MLT, a chain reaction begins inside the cell. Signal proteins activate one after another, like a relay passed at extraordinary speed. The message reaches the nucleus within seconds. Genes that have been silent for years switch on. The cell begins preparing for something it may not have done in a very long time: division. The hepatocyte enters the cell cycle, a precisely choreographed sequence of preparation, duplication, and division. DNA is replicated with extraordinary fidelity. Organelles multiply. The cell doubles in size before cleaving into 2 genetically identical daughters. And then, those 2 daughters can divide again and again. Within days, What was removed has begun to return. Over the following days and weeks, the liver rebuilds its architecture with remarkable precision. New lobules form, portal triads reassemble, the vascular network extends into new tissue. What makes this process so extraordinary is its intelligence. The liver does not overgrow. It stops regenerating the moment it has returned to its original functional mass. The signal to grow switches off as precisely as it switched on. The hepatocytes do not regenerate alone. They are supported by a community of specialized cells, each playing a critical role in coordinating the process. Kupffer cells, the liver's resident immune cells, release cytokines that help calibrate the regenerative signal. Stellate cells regulate the structural scaffolding. Sinusoidal endothelial cells help establish the new vascular supply. This is regeneration as a collective biological enterprise. The liver does not exist in isolation. Its regenerative capacity exists in service of the entire organism. Because the liver is central to so many critical functions: detoxification, protein synthesis, coagulation, metabolism. Its ability to restore itself is not merely remarkable. It is existential. A liver that could not regenerate would make surgery, recovery from illness, and even aging itself far more dangerous than they already are. Among its hundreds of functions, detoxification is perhaps the most vital. Hepatocytes express a family of enzymes, the cytochrome P450 system, capable of chemically transforming thousands of compounds, alcohol, medications, environmental toxins, and metabolic waste products. The liver converts them into water-soluble forms that the kidneys can eliminate. Without this continuous process, even the body's own metabolic byproducts would accumulate to lethal levels. The liver is also your body's primary protein factory. Albumin, the most abundant protein in your blood, is made almost exclusively by the liver. It maintains the osmotic pressure that keeps fluid inside your blood vessels and acts as a carrier protein for hormones, fatty acids, and drugs throughout the body. When the liver is damaged, albumin levels fall, and the consequences ripple across every system. The liver produces nearly all of the proteins required for blood to clot. Factors 1 through 13, the coagulation cascade, are synthesized in hepatocytes and released continuously into circulation. In liver failure, this system collapses. Patients bleed without the ability to stop. It is one of the most dangerous consequences of a failing liver, and one of the clearest reminders of how much the rest of the body depends on this organ's quiet productivity. The liver produces between 600 milliliters and 1 liter of bile each day, a complex fluid essential for fat digestion. Bile salts emulsify dietary fats in the small intestine, breaking large globules into tiny droplets accessible to digestive enzymes. The liver synthesizes these bile salts from cholesterol, a process that also represents the body's primary mechanism for eliminating excess cholesterol. Two critical functions accomplished simultaneously. Between meals, the liver becomes a critical guardian of blood sugar. Hepatocytes store glucose as glycogen, a densely branched polymer, and release it back into circulation when glucose levels fall. This process, called glycogenolysis, is the reason you do not become hypoglycemic every time you skip a meal. The liver holds enough glycogen to maintain blood sugar for roughly 12 to 16 hours of fasting. The liver sits at the center of lipid metabolism. It assembles and releases lipoproteins, the vehicles that carry fats and cholesterol through the bloodstream, and it clears them from circulation once they have delivered their cargo. The liver also synthesizes roughly 80% of the cholesterol in your body, independent of dietary intake. Understanding this distinction between dietary and hepatic cholesterol has reshaped decades of nutritional science. The liver's regenerative capacity is not only activated by surgical removal, it is working continuously, repairing low-level damage from the toxins it processes daily. alcohol, medications, metabolic byproducts. Each leaves a small biological footprint. Within each hepatocyte, protective mechanisms engage. Antioxidant enzymes neutralize reactive particles. Damaged organelles are consumed and recycled. And stress response proteins stabilize cellular machinery. Regeneration, at its quietest, never stops. But regeneration has its limits. Under conditions of sustained, chronic injury, years of heavy alcohol use, uncontrolled viral hepatitis, or progressive metabolic disease, the liver's repair mechanisms shift. Stellate cells, normally dormant, become activated and begin depositing collagen. Scar tissue replaces functional cells. The architecture distorts. Blood flow is obstructed. This is cirrhosis, and unlike regeneration, it represents a failure of the system, not its success. Yet even here, the story is not entirely without hope. Early-stage fibrosis, before cirrhosis becomes fully established, can reverse. When the damaging stimulus is removed and conditions for repair are restored, the liver retains a remarkable capacity to resolve fibrosis. Stellate cells deactivate. Collagen-degrading enzymes become active. Hepatocytes regenerate into recovered architecture. The window for this reversal is not unlimited, but it exists. The liver's extraordinary function rests partly on a unique anatomical design, a dual blood supply found nowhere else in the body. Oxygenated blood from the hepatic artery and nutrient-saturated blood from the portal vein arrive simultaneously, mixing in the hepatic sinusoids. This arrangement exposes hepatocytes to an unusually rich biochemical environment, one that both sustains their function and provides the raw materials their regeneration requires. Among the liver's non-hepatocyte population, stellate cells occupy a uniquely dual role. In their quiescent state, they store vitamin A and help maintain the delicate extracellular scaffolding. When activated by injury, they transform, becoming myofibroblast-like cells that deposit collagen and regulate vascular tone. They are simultaneously essential to the liver's structure and, when chronically activated, the primary driver of its scarring. Their behavior determines whether the liver heals or hardens. The liver is the first organ to receive blood draining from the intestinal tract, and with it, everything the gut absorbs. Nutrients, microbial metabolites, and occasionally bacterial products that have crossed the intestinal barrier. The gut-liver axis is a field of growing scientific interest. Emerging research suggests that the composition of the gut microbiome directly influences liver health, inflammation, and even regenerative capacity, a connection that may ultimately reshape how liver disease is treated. The liver does not operate at a constant rate. Like virtually every organ in the body, its functions are governed by circadian rhythms, internal biological clocks synchronized to the light-dark cycle. Gene expression in hepatocytes cycles across 24 hours, orchestrating when detoxification peaks, when lipid synthesis is favored, when proteins are most actively built. Disrupting these rhythms through shift work, chronic sleep deprivation, or irregular eating impairs liver function in measurable, documented ways. Living donor liver transplantation, one of the most complex and remarkable procedures in modern surgery, depends entirely on this regenerative capacity. A donor gives approximately 60% of their liver, which then regrows to near normal size within 6 to 8 weeks. The recipient's transplanted segment also regenerates. 2 people, 1 donated organ, and regeneration in both directions simultaneously. It is among the most extraordinary demonstrations of biological resilience medicine has ever documented. Consider what this organ does in a single day. It filters over 2,000 liters of blood. It produces a liter of bile. It synthesizes the proteins your blood needs to clot, to carry nutrients, to maintain pressure in your vessels. It stores and releases the glucose that keeps your brain functioning through the night. And if a surgeon were to remove 2/3 of it tomorrow morning, it would, silently, without complaint, begin growing back by afternoon. The liver does not ask for attention. It does not signal pain until damage is already severe. It does not slow down when you ask too much of it. It simply, quietly adapts. It has been regenerating in human bodies for hundreds of thousands of years, long before medicine had a name for what it was doing. And in that silence, in that extraordinary, invisible labor, it may be the most resilient structure biology has ever designed. You carry within you an organ that can lose 2/3 of itself and rebuild. An organ that processes more chemistry each hour than the most sophisticated laboratory on Earth. An organ whose regenerative capacity has inspired surgeons, challenged researchers, and saved thousands of lives. It asks for very little in return, only that you understand what it is capable of. And perhaps, knowing that, treat it accordingly.